Have you ever noticed that as we age, our nights of sleep seem to get shorter? Many people over the age of 60 report frequently waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., and the most curious part, they can't get back to sleep. If you've experienced this, know that you're not alone. This phenomenon affects millions of older adults around the world. But what's behind this pattern? Is it just part of aging, or is there something deeper happening in the body? In this video, we're going to explore the real reasons why so many older people wake up in the middle of the night, and most importantly, what you can do to deal with it in a healthy way. The science of sleep after age 60 is fascinating and full of nuances. Understanding what's changing in your body and mind may be the key to recovering more peaceful nights, restorative sleep, and days with more energy. If you want to enjoy aging with more health and longevity, subscribe to the channel and receive weekly content made especially for those who want to live longer and better. What changes in sleep with aging? Sleeping well is one of the most important biological functions of the human body. It is during sleep that essential processes occur: cellular repair, memory consolidation, hormonal regulation, and strengthening of the immune system. However, as the years go by, sleep changes, and this is completely natural. From the age of 60, the body begins to produce less melatonin, the hormone responsible for inducing sleep. In addition, the circadian rhythm, that internal clock that regulates our periods of wakefulness and rest, also changes. That's why many older adults feel sleepy earlier in the evening, and consequently wake up earlier as well. These changes cause sleep to become lighter and more fragmented. Instead of long, uninterrupted cycles, sleep starts to have multiple awakenings, especially between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. For some people, this time coincides with the end of a sleep cycle, making them more vulnerable to waking up completely. The 5 main causes of waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Let's now understand what may be directly contributing to this pattern of early awakening. Hormonal changes. With aging, the body undergoes a true hormonal reprogramming. 2 of the hormones most impacted in this process are melatonin and cortisol, which regulate sleep and alertness, respectively. Melatonin, known as the sleep hormone, is naturally produced by the pineal gland in the brain and has its main function to signal to the body that it's time to rest. During youth, its levels increase at night, peaking around 2 or 3 a.m. However, with aging, melatonin production progressively decreases, which makes sleep lighter, shorter, and more fragmented. Cortisol, the stress hormone, tends to rise in the early hours of the morning to prepare the body for waking up. In older people, this cortisol peak may begin earlier than usual, which ends up waking the brain between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., even if the body still needs rest. This mismatch between low melatonin and high cortisol creates a hormonal environment that is unfavorable for maintaining deep sleep, leading to early awakenings. 2 need to urinate. Nocturia, which is the frequent need to urinate during the night, is extremely common among the elderly. This condition occurs for various physiological reasons and can deeply impact sleep quality. As we age, the kidneys alter their filtering function, leading to increased urine production at night. In addition, the bladder's ability to store fluids decreases, and the mechanism for releasing the antidiuretic hormone, which reduces urine production during sleep, also becomes less efficient. In men, benign prostatic hyperplasia, enlargement of the prostate, can put pressure on the urethra and make it difficult to completely empty the bladder, causing the urge to urinate multiple times at night. In women, hormonal changes after menopause can affect the pelvic muscles, contributing to the same problem. The challenge is that once awakened to urinate, many people can no longer return to sleep easily, whether due to worry, physical discomfort, or the activation of the alert state. 3. Anxiety or racing thoughts. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with your mind racing, thinking about bills, family problems, or difficult decisions? This happens because during the night, the brain enters a more introspective state and becomes more sensitive to emotions. The silence and darkness create an environment where worries gain volume and depth. In older adults, loneliness, grief, fear of illness, or loss of autonomy can be frequent triggers of anxiety. These thoughts can arise spontaneously between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., precisely because they coincide with a lighter sleep cycle. Moreover, the drop in the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, which help relax and maintain sleep, worsens this situation. The result is an intense state of mental alertness, even when the body is exhausted. This pattern of nighttime racing thoughts not only interrupts sleep, but can also create a vicious cycle of fear of not sleeping, which makes the following nights even harder. 4. Chronic medical conditions. Living with pain or discomfort is one of the greatest enemies of sleep, and unfortunately, many chronic conditions that become more prevalent with age have a direct impact on the quality and continuity of sleep. Diseases like arthritis, osteoarthritis, herniated discs, fibromyalgia, and other causes of chronic pain can cause frequent micro-awakenings, often imperceptible, that fragment sleep. Obstructive sleep apnea, common in the elderly, causes interruptions in breathing during sleep, leading the body to wake up repeatedly to restore proper oxygenation. Digestive conditions like gastroesophageal reflux also worsen when lying down, causing stomach acid to rise into the esophagus and cause discomfort, coughing, or chest pain. Respiratory problems such as asthma or chronic bronchitis make breathing difficult and worsen at night when the body relaxes. Often, the person cannot identify that it was this physical discomfort that woke them. But the body is constantly coming out of deep sleep to deal with these symptoms. Poor nighttime habits. Our behaviors before bedtime deeply influence the quality of our sleep. And many of these habits, even if they seem harmless, confuse the biological clock, disrupting the natural rhythm of sleep and wakefulness. Consuming caffeine in the afternoon in coffee, black tea, chocolate, or soft drinks can keep the brain in a state of alertness for hours, even if the effect is not felt directly. Exposure to blue light from screens, cell phones, televisions, tablets at night is one of the biggest modern villains. This light inhibits the release of melatonin, the hormone that signals the body that it's time to sleep. Watching TV late, using your phone in bed, or even lying in bed for long periods without sleeping causes the brain to associate the bed with activity instead of rest. Additionally, eating heavy meals late at night or drinking alcohol can affect digestion and fragment sleep, causing discomfort that wakes the body during the night. Correcting these habits may seem simple, but it requires consistency and awareness of how small actions interfere with deep biological mechanisms. Dorothy, 72, says she used to wake up every day at 4 a.m. She spent the rest of the early morning feeling anxious, watching time go by. After watching a video about sleep hygiene, she started keeping a nighttime ritual with chamomile tea, reading, and classical music. And now she sleeps until 6:30 a.m. without waking up. It seems like a miracle, but it's just habit. What happens in the body and brain when sleep is interrupted? Interrupting sleep every day at the same time may seem harmless, but it has cumulative effects. Partial deprivation of deep sleep, stage N3, and REM sleep directly affects muscle regeneration, hormonal balance, and mental health. The brain needs these stages to organize memories, regulate emotions, and clean out accumulated toxins. Studies show that older adults with fragmented sleep are at greater risk of developing problems such as high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, depression, and even Alzheimer's. Additionally, poor sleep impairs physical balance, increasing the risk of falls during the day. What to do to fall back asleep and sleep better? Now, let's look at practical solutions. These are simple habits that, when applied consistently, can transform your nights of sleep. 1. Create a nighttime ritual. The human brain works much better with predictability. Having a ritual before bed helps signal the body that it's time to slow down. This creates a smooth transition from wakefulness to sleep. You can include small relaxing practices, such as preparing and drinking a calming tea, like chamomile or fennel, reading a light book that doesn't overly stimulate the brain, listening to soft music at low volume, or taking a warm bath to relieve muscle tension. The idea is to repeat these actions every day, in the same order and at the same time. Over time, your body will get the message, it's time to sleep. 2. Control the bedroom temperature. Room temperature directly influences melatonin production and sleep quality. The body needs to cool down slightly to enter deep sleep. Studies show that rooms between 18 Celsius and 20 Celsius, 64 to 68 Fahrenheit, are ideal for rest. If it's hot, use fans or air conditioning. On cold nights, choose light blankets instead of overheating the room. A comfortable mattress, proper pillows, and curtains that block external lights also greatly contribute to thermal comfort and consequently to better quality sleep. Reduce fluid intake at night. One of the main causes of waking up at dawn is the urge to urinate. To minimize this discomfort, try not to drink liquids like water, tea, or soups in the 2 hours before bedtime. This reduces the chance of sleep interruptions caused by a full bladder. During the day, keep well hydrated, but at night, slow down. This simple measure can be very helpful for those who suffer from nocturia, especially the elderly. Use breathing and relaxation techniques. Conscious breathing is one of the most effective tools for calming the mind. Techniques such as 4-4-6 breathing, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and slowly exhale for 6 seconds, activate the parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for feelings of relaxation and safety. You can combine breathing with guided meditation, peaceful visualizations like imagining a beach or forest, or even use lavender aromatherapy. These are simple tools, but scientifically proven to induce sleep. 5. Reschedule your sleep hours. Many older people go to bed very early, around 7 or 8 p.m., and wake up in the middle of the night feeling as though they've already rested. If this cycle doesn't match your lifestyle, especially if waking up that early brings discomfort or loneliness, it may be worth gradually adjusting your biological clock. Get natural light exposure in the early morning hours, avoid long naps in the afternoon, and try delaying your bedtime by 15 minutes each night until you find a more satisfying rhythm. 6. Don't stay in bed awake. Tossing and turning in bed, battling thoughts and worries only makes the problem worse. If you can't fall asleep after about 20 minutes, it's best to get out of bed. Go to another room that is dark or has very soft lighting. Do something relaxing and only return when you feel sleepy. This prevents your brain from associating the bed with frustration, anxiety, or insomnia. Over time, your mind will learn that being in bed is synonymous with sleeping, not with struggling against sleep. 7. Consult a specialist if necessary. If even after all these changes you continue waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it's important to seek medical help. A geriatrician or sleep specialist can investigate deeper causes such as respiratory disorders, apnea, chronic pain, depression, anxiety, or restless leg syndrome. Many of these conditions have treatments, and once addressed, sleep quality improves drastically. Don't normalize poor nights of sleep. You deserve rest. Having restorative nights of sleep directly affects your vitality during the day. Here are the main benefits. More physical energy, muscles recover better, Fatigue decreases and energy increases. Improved concentration. The mind becomes clearer and thinking quicker. Lower risk of falls. With proper sleep, balance improves and reflexes become faster. Mood regulation. Well-rested nights reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. Stronger immunity. The body becomes more resistant to infections and illnesses. Sleeping well is like recharging a battery that powers the entire body, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Yes, you can sleep better and live better. Waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. doesn't have to be a sentence. It may be a sign that your body is asking for help, adjustment, or care. By understanding the reasons behind these interruptions and applying healthy habits, you can restore the pleasure of sleeping well. Every small choice matters. Turning off your phone earlier, doing conscious breathing, drinking a calming tea. These are simple decisions that add up to great benefits. Sleeping better is living better. Your body deserves that care, and you deserve to wake up not at 3 a.m. but at the right time, with energy and joy to live your day. If you'd like to see more tips like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Share this video with someone you love who also deserves to age with health and autonomy. Let's take care of your sleep, your health, and your quality of life together. See you in the next video.